Yo, what is up, YouTube family? We are back in the building one more again. And tonight, we're about to get into something that is going to be pretty interesting. I heard a small clip. First of all, let me give a special shout out to some of my most amazing subscribers. Most notably, the young lady who put me on to this song right here. Her name is, let me read this because I swear I don't want to get this wrong. Her name is Malia Sewell. Like, I hope I'm not fucking that up. My gosh. I pray that I'm not screwing your name up, and I'm sure you're going to give me the correct pronunciation. Please give me the correct pronunciation. But she is awesome. She shows mad love. I can't appreciate her enough for the responses, the information she gives, the songs she suggests. You know, she's like a great moderator slash advisor. And she's from Hawaii. Like, her nationality is from she's Hawaiian. I believe earlier she told me that she was born and raised in Washington. I don't mean to put all your business out there, but the reason I say that is because when I see her pop up, right, she reminds me of, she's like the Tulsi Gabbard of my channel. Every time I see her, she reminds me of Tulsi Gabbard. I hope that's not offensive to you, but I hold Tulsi in high regard, very high regard. You know, I was driving earlier, and I was thinking, and I was like, yo, because, you know, I'm hearing all this shit they're talking about. Dudes are misogynist if they don't vote for Kamala and all this shit. I'm calling her Kamala. I'm sorry. I'm not calling her Kamala. Kamala, her Indian name. She want to be black. We calling her Kamala. You feel me? But yeah, I was just thinking about the election and everything that's going on, and I'm like, yo, all these people throwing around this you know, these you know, name calling and all this shit going on, and saying that there's no strong women around Trump and all this stuff, and people saying that men that don't vote for Kamala, they're misogynist, and I was just sitting back thinking, like, how I just can't believe that they would try to generalize people like that. Now, there probably is some people out there. There are some people that won't vote for a woman, but I think we're past all that. So for them to try to use that as like the main reason, is they're deflecting from the real reasons. That's what it's really is. That's what it really is. But I started thinking about, I was like, yo, when Obama ran the first couple of times, when I was a Democrat of all things, I remember how much love I had for Michelle at the time. You know, now not so much, because she said some things recently that just totally were against my morals and values and beliefs, and I was like, nah, I'm done with y'all. But I remember, you know, I have a lot of love for Jill Stein. You know, I like some of her policies, you know, but that's, you know, that whole green party, that's not my particular thing. It's a lot of socialism and things in there that I don't agree with, but I got love for her. Also, Melina Abdullah, which I don't agree with all her stuff, but I like a lot of the things that she stands for the black community specifically. Maybe not for the whole country, but I show her a lot of love, and then I was thinking, I was like, yo, Tulsi Gabbard, yo, I think Tulsi is like my favorite politician of all time. I really think like she's up there. You know, I have to think about it a little bit more, but I can't think of anybody else currently or even in the past that I hold in higher regard. You know, I just love what she stands for. I love um uh her strength as a woman. Like she's one of those she's like sweet and kind, has a beautiful smile, beautiful personality, but you could tell she's no nonsense. You know what I'm saying? She don't take no shit, but she's very calm, very reserved. She's sweet too. You know, she her whole aura, it's just something about her, man. You can see the leadership skills. She has sweetness, empathy, but also strength, and I think she would be the perfect candidate to be the first female president of the United States. Like when you look at her, she looks like she could be president, right? I hope she runs, in 2028. But yeah, I was just thinking about that and just, you know, using that to counter this argument that we're misogynists. It's like, how can you, it's so offensive to call me a misogynist. I love women of all races. Oh my God. Like the song, I love girls, 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 girls. I love women. You know what I'm saying? For more than just their bodies. Like uh two of the women that I uh get my working orders from. I'm a businessman. I'm independent, but the people that I have these contracts with, they're women. The contracts are ran by women. So they're the ones that tell me what they need done. And so I get my orders from them and then I go carry them out. I have no problem with that whatsoever. So anyway, um, back to Malia. She's awesome, man. I just love my subscribers. Thank you for putting me onto this song, and because it looks like something that I'm definitely gonna want to hear at this moment. I heard a clip of it, and just that little 5 seconds, I was like, yeah, this is the one right here. Um, yeah, but she gave me a lot of suggestions, so I'm gonna be going down the list. She been real patient with me. She probably like, yo, bro, like when you gonna do some of my songs? You know what I'm saying? Like I done gave you like 10 songs, so I was like, yo, I gotta do one of the songs that she gave me tonight. So shout out to you, and thank you for the birthday love to my other subscribers. Let me shout y'all out. Michelle. I ain't gonna say your whole. Is that Michelle Roma? Oh, I don't even want to mess that up. But Michelle, you know who you are. Shout out to you. Thank you for the love. It was much appreciated. She said happy birthday to your baby girl. And also my man, JP. That dude is awesome. Always shows mad love. He sent my daughter some birthday love. Also, Malia, she gave me some nice words, for on my last video, the racism video I did with of Adam Calhoun, and yeah, she showed a lot of love to what me and my wife, my family have been through. So just wanted to give y'all a special shout out, man. Y'all just don't know how much those little things mean. I actually was having a conversation with my daughter about an hour ago. We were just talking about politics and some of the issues going on, the things that may affect her. We were talking. I was interested to know, again, how she felt about like trans in her bathrooms, trans in her sports, because now she's doing cheerleading and she's doing ice skating, and she can do gymnastics. She can do pretty much anything. And I just wanted to get her opinion on what she thought about some of these things. She's 13 now, and she's starting to get interested in politics and what's going on with the world. And kids give you that raw reaction. They give it to you raw and uncut. Like they'll just make a facial expression, right? So as soon as I ask her, what do you feel about trans in women's bathrooms? She'll give me that look like, what? Like what? Like, no, I asked, I said, what do you think about trans men competing with women? She was like, what? She just gave me like, how is that? Like, why is that even a thing? You know what I'm saying? And it's so true. They have the most purest common sense, right? All these other people are like overthinking. They give you all this analyzation, all this word salad and shit. You go talk to a 13-year-old, you ask them what they think about men being in women's sports. They're gonna give it to you raw and uncut. Just their facial expression. So we were having that conversation, and then I ended up playing for her the clip of the shout out that I gave her on the last video, which was a birthday message and a little sentimental message I was giving out. And then I showed her the comments that y'all sent, wishing her happy birthday and things. And she smiled and she said, thank you. And then we had like a little sentimental moment, man. Like when she heard the words that I was, saying to her in my last video, it was like, it's like I almost got a tear out of her. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and it almost got one out of me. Like we had a little special moment right there. So that was real cool, man. So that was y'all. That was sparked by y'all. I mean, I was doing the shout out, but the love that y'all gave, that y'all were a part of a sentimental moment for me and my daughter. So it's amazing how the little things go so far. So anyway, yeah, let's get into this thing, man. I pulled the lyrics up. I got the lyrics. I got my brew. And I got some whiskey here too. I don't know if I want to start sipping that right now because I'm trying to do a couple of videos tonight and I don't want to be slurring and sloppy drunk on the mic with y'all. So let's get into this thing, man. I'm interested to see what he got to say.
They gon' try to call you names, label you with things till you're ashamed. You're a sexist or a racist, white supremacist or gay. They'll attack your reputation, claim that you're the one to blame, and try to make you hate yourself for ways that you behave. They're just names, embrace them and they'll never cause you pain. They're just words that another person thought up in their brain. They're just names, they do not define you, that's insane. And they'll just call you something different if you change. Call me racist, I don't make no BLM donations. I can
Woo. Hold up. Let's back it up because just that, Tom, you know how Tom does. He always comes in and hits you with that first 30 seconds of just sets the tone. He just sets the tone and then he just comes and drops bombs on you for real. So what's interesting, the name of this song is called Names, right? So what's interesting about this, what's so ironic about it isn't that exactly what's going on in the politics right now? It's all this name calling, all these name callings, right? Now, to be fair, Trump doesn't do himself any favors by all the name calling he's done over the years. So they're able to use that to justify when they want to demonize people in totality. The difference is Trump calls names he's done a little bit of both. Most time he calls people's names specifically, like he'll say Tampon Tim or Sleepy Joe or something like that, right? I don't know how many, maybe I could be mistaken. I'm sure he's done it where he's generalized some people, called some names, some idiots or dumb people or something like that. But what was interesting, the whole thing got started with the Puerto Rican joke where, they called Puerto Rico trash, garbage, right? But it was based on a joke about the landfill stuff, right? Which most people didn't even know that was an issue. I didn't even know. So it's actually bringing awareness to a problem that we didn't even know. But then Joe Biden comes right back after that and calls Trump supporters garbage, right? And you're talking about like that's a whole different magnitude of name calling because you're calling half of the nation. If they're saying the election is 50-50, which I don't believe, you're calling what I think more than half the nation of people voting for him garbage. So that was that. Now, also before that, you had Democrats basically calling the MSG rally a Nazi rally and trying to, make it seem like all the people that went to that rally were Nazis or racist, even though there were so many different ethnicities and races at that rally. Right. And it was actually a very good rally. If you listen to everything, all the speakers, it was a hell of a rally. And a black eye got put on it by the dumb comedian. I don't know. Whoever had him up there should be fired. He's a comedian, but it was just bad taste. It was bad timing. Wasn't no need to flame the fires with that dude. Right. So that was a bad move. But yeah, there's a lot of different nationalities voting for Trump. I've seen Indian people voting for Trump, all Muslims coming out for Trump, Hispanics for Trump. Like, so you can't just generalize these people as being racist, Nazis, or idiots or garbage, right? So got all this name calling. Then you have Mark Cuban who comes out and says that all women that Trump doesn't surround himself with strong women, and so now they're offended. So it's just all these different name callings going on, and people are really being demonized real heavy right now, voting for Trump more than it comes from the Democrats more from what I've seen, especially from my family and friends and people on Facebook and all kinds of stuff. Like, I've been arguing with females, with black women for the last 2-3 days about this very issue about, I'm basically standing up for the people that's voting for Trump and saying like, yo, it ain't right to call these people bigots and racists and dummies and idiots and delusional. You know what I'm saying? Like, the name calling is ridiculous because they could easily call you the same thing for your vote and your views and beliefs and the rhetoric you believe in. So it's pointless. Like, it's division. Like, when they're talking about they're talking division, you can actually see it. It's really dividing the people based on some bullshit, if you ask me. But yeah, this is what's going on right now. So for Tom to come in and this song came out 2 years ago, so it's perfect, for this time right now. So thank you again, Malia, for putting us on to this, because the timing of this is amazing. It says they're just names, embrace them, and they'll never cause you pain. They're just words that another person thought up in their brain. They're just names. They do not define you. That's insane. And they'll just call you something different if you change. That's interesting. Yeah. Try to make you hate yourself for ways that you behave. They'll attack your reputation, claim that you're the one to blame. You're a sexist or a racist, white supremacist or gay. Yeah, man. They call you names, label you with things till you're ashamed. Yeah, man. This is what's going on right now. And yeah, let's see where else he gonna go with this, because I gotta feel it's gonna be real interesting.
I knew that's insane, and they'll just call you something different if you change. Call me racist, I don't make no BLM donations. I can stand with black folks without a branded corporation. All this systemic prejudice, if you live in this nation, you privileged, black or Caucasian. Call me transphobic, but I support you in your policies. I just can't ignore the very basics of biology. All I see is men and women trying to live in harmony, not 100 genders that you wanna be. Call me snowflake, cause I'm offended, I ain't stone-faced. Social justice warriors destroying us with woke ways. Mad because they voted for the POTUS with the most hate. Man, I miss the old days. Call me loser, call me bigot, call me stupid, call me bitter, call me ugly, call me cracker, call me doucher, call me triggered. You can call me what you want, cause at the end of the day, man, they're just names.
Go ahead and call us names, dog. Do your thing.
We ain't tripping cause we heard it all before.
Give a damn about the names, dog. We feel no pain.
Your words ain't gonna hurt us anymore.
Go ahead and call us names, dog. Do your thing.
Y'all are tripping, but I hope you find the Lord.
Give a damn about the names, dog. We feel no shame.
Call us anything you want, I'm getting bored.
Yo, okay. Yeah. I love that verse right there. I think the chorus could be a little bit better. But yeah, the messaging of it is really dope. Let's go back to this because he says some very amazing things, and it sounds like he's talking about today. You know what I'm saying? He said, call me racist. I don't make no BLM donations. I can stand with black folks without a branded corporation. Yeah, man, that's crazy. Like, yo, just because you ain't rocking with BLM don't mean that you ain't, it doesn't mean that you're a racist. It doesn't mean that you ain't down for black folks. You might just not be down for, how they're doing it or how they tearing up cities or burning down buildings when they get pissed off or things like that. And the funny thing, well, it's not funny, but what the crazy thing that happened with BLM was at the end of the day, look what happened to them. They turned out to be a fraudulent organization. The founders took the money and went and bought mansions and shit and went and used that money to invest in stocks and all kinds of investments and shit. Like, they ain't do shit for the people. You know what I'm saying? They didn't pay for funerals and shit. And the most glaring thing for me was it just tripped me out how BLM was only there when there was a police shooting. They wouldn't go into the hood and protest the black lives that were lost in the hood from black on black crime. Like, it was so disingenuous to me. So I'm like, how does black lives only matter when the police shoots them? You know what I'm saying? When we know damn well that black on black crime is the real issue in the black community that needs the most attention. And Black Lives Matter should have been stomping through the hood and making sure that people weren't getting shot. At least help out a little bit, like lower the crime rate a little bit in the hood. You know what I'm saying? They ain't even try. Like, that shit was so stupid, man. And I'm glad that I backed up out of that before it got too deep or before it got too much of my money. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but he goes in to say, go back. I lost my track. Damn it. Where was I? Oh, yeah. All the systematic prejudice. If you live in this nation, you're privileged. Black or Caucasian. Damn, that's powerful right there. Because you always hear about white privilege. Always hear about white privilege, right? That's strong. Woo. You always hear about white privilege, right? But he says, if you in America, you're privileged. All the systematic prejudice. If you live in this nation, you're privileged. Yeah. Ain't that something? I actually never looked at it I've looked at it from that point of view, but not in that wording. If you catch my drift. Because basically what he's saying is, the same way that you call white people privilege, right? A foreigner could call you privileged for being an American. You know what I'm saying? Like being in America gives you opportunities that a lot of people don't have. You know, you've been spoiled way more than you really realize, right? Like for the simple fact of like this. I know some people that are on welfare, right? That have HUD housing, get food stamps, shit like that, right? And and you sit up here and tell these people like, my wife is from the Philippines. They don't give welfare in the Philippines, right? It's a third world country. It's a poor country. And they don't get government assistance. You know what I'm saying? When I tell people in the Philippines about all the people here, black and white and whatever other race, but the black people that I see here that get food stamps and HUD housing and things like this, they be like, what the fuck? They be like, what? They get money to go get free food. I'm like, yeah, they get free money every month. They get money to help pay their bills and all kinds of shit. Free healthcare, shit like that. They're like, what the fuck? So they're looking at black people in that moment like you're privileged. You get it? Yo, you're privileged to somebody in a third world country and you think you got it bad. You think you got it bad. Oh my God. See, this is why I tell black people, y'all need to travel. You need to get a fucking passport and you need to go somewhere else and see how they living. Because when you go over there, if you've been to the slums of the Philippines like I have, and I've been to the slums in other countries too, Mexico, Bahamas, where else I've been? China. I haven't seen the slums in Japan, but I've been there. Where else? Yeah, you catch my meaning, right? When you've been to them slums and you come back here to the projects of America, you look at these places like the suburbs compared to that. You know what I'm saying? The fact that they got central air and shit like that is privilege. That's American privilege that you have air conditioning. People be complaining when their AC go out in the hood. It's like, yo, people live like that all the time. I've been to the Philippines. I remember the first time I went and I was looking out the window when we were going through all the little towns on the way. It was like a 6-hour drive from Manila to where my wife is from. It's like the northwest coastline, right? I remember we would stop and I would see these little huts like on these stilts or whatever, and they were elevated off the ground because of the flooding, right, that comes through there sometimes. And it was just a little bamboo hut. Not even bamboo. It was like made out of straw and shit, right? And I would see a woman. She was just like she was sweeping the hut, but the floor was dirt. It was a dirt floor. So she was sweeping the bad dirt off of the good dirt. You feel me? And I'm sitting there looking out of the window at this shit, and I'm like, yo, this woman is here every day, all day, while I'm back at home living in a lap of luxury. She's gonna be here in that hut sweeping a dirt floor. It's no rooms in that hut. Like her and her kids and her husband, it was the size of our bathroom. We got bathrooms bigger than that shit. And people out here complaining in America, man. So thank you, Tom, man. Thank you for calling this shit out, man. Um, yeah, he says, call me transphobic, but I support you and your policies. I was just talking about this. I just can't ignore the very basics of biology. Yes, thank you. Man, he always says everything that I'm feeling in such a basic level. He just breaks that shit down. Like it would take me 30 minutes to explain that. And he breaks it down in 2 lines. This is the conversations I just been having. I'm arguing with these black women who are like calling me basically transphobic because I don't want to have trans in my daughter's bathrooms. And it's like, and you calling me transphobic, but it's like, no, I don't want these people persecuted. I'm not even trying to stop them from doing what they're doing. I don't agree with it, but I'm like, hey, do whatever you want to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to stand in your way and stop you from being a trans. I'm trying to stand in your way to keep you from affecting my kids with it. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference. There's a difference. It's like, yo, you could do what you want to do over there, but don't bring that shit over here because we running our shit a certain way, you know. And so when you say no, when you draw the line and be like, nah, I'm not with that. I'm raising my children with different codes and different values and shit. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, you're transphobic and this and that. I'm like, I don't discriminate against trans people in my business. Like I come in contact with trans people. I've never ran away from them like I'm scared of them or don't want to do business with them and then treat them a certain way. Man, I've driven Uber in DC. Matter of fact, the very first week that I drove Uber in DC, I had 2 trannies in my car. The first trans that got in my car was so nice. She, you know what the fuck I mean. Got in my car, was so polite. We had a great conversation. And you know what she told me? He told me, I would never forget it. It was a black lady, man, whatever the fuck, you know. They had just come from, I picked them up from the hotel. And we were having this conversation. We were talking about the weather and shit, you know, just having a regular conversation. I knew he was trans. I didn't give a shit, right? And I think she appreciated that I didn't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? Just to be treated as a regular person, not a trans. So we're talking and I guess she got comfortable with me having this conversation, so she wanted to have more conversations. She said, "You want to know something funny?" I was like, "What's that?" It's like, "You know where I just came from?" I was like, "Where?" She said, "I just came from a very popular congressman's room," and I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "Really?" She's like, "Yeah." She's like, "Yeah." And they said I had to sign a NDA, like I had to sign paperwork promising that I wouldn't, air out who this person was, because it's somebody that you probably know. It's a popular congressman. He's in the trannies, and it's like, yo, it was so wild for me because he's like, I never been with like a celebrity or a politician that big, and we're having this conversation and I'm laughing about this shit, right? And I'm like, yo, I'm like, for real? I'm like, yo, you can't tell me that. Like, nah, I can't tell you because if you go post it on social media, I was like, yeah, I feel you. I respect it. And dropped them off. And we had a great conversation, and it proved even to myself that I'm not what these names that they call me. You know what I'm saying? Exactly what Tom's talking about. Like, I'm for your policy. I just had the conversation with my daughter. I told her, because when we talk about these issues, I want to make sure she understands that I'm not promoting transphobia or treating gay people a certain way, homophobia, right? So I let her know, like, I tell her what my view on it, what my view on the policies are. I tell her I'm for gay marriage. I'm for gay rights. I'm for them to be able to vote and get jobs and be equal, right? I'm for them to what's that? The anti-gay bashing, basically like the where you can't assault them. I'm not sure exactly what the name of it is called, but you shouldn't be able to assault them based on their sexuality or whatever, right? So I had these conversations with my daughter, and she sees the genuine, she understands like the whole thing, because if I didn't, she might take from it like, yo, my dad really don't rock with, he don't like gays, you know what I'm saying? But she understands the difference. She understands exactly what he says right here when it says, damn it, I keep moving this shit. I lost it again. Yeah. Call me transphobic, but I support you and your policies. I just can't ignore the very basics of biology. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. All I see is men and women trying to live in harmony, not 100 genders that you want to be. Yeah, I'm not with the whole hundred genders thing. I was just telling the girls I was arguing with on Facebook, I was like, they were like, oh, it's not a disease you can catch and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yo, we got furries in the school, right? We got kids in the school that are turning into animals right in front of your face. So what do you call that? Where did that come from? It's something else being pushed here. It's getting out of control to where people are showing up with animal mask on and wearing tails, and they're barking and growling at the other kids in the classroom like they really think they're animals. You know what I'm saying? Like, you done took it too damn far, right? Yeah, call me snowflake cause I'm offended. I ain't stone-faced. Social justice warriors destroying us with woke ways. Mad because they voted for the POTUS with the most hate. Damn. Man, I miss the old days. Call me loser. Call me bigot. Call me stupid. Call me bitter. Call me ugly. I just had somebody call me bitter the other day. Call me ugly. Call me cracker. Call me douche, or call me trigger. You can call me what you want, because at the end of the day, man, they're just names. Yeah, I had somebody call me bitter the other day because I was posting a lot of political stuff. And then I was posting like sports stuff, and I'd be posting funny videos. I'd be posting everything, right? But I hadn't posted anything personally. He must have missed when I had posted all my Seattle, my Washington trip stuff, because I looked pretty damn happy and relaxed out there. But he basically was like saying, I don't see any anything happy on your timeline, or you smiling and this and that, and basically tried to call me bitter. Like I was this bitter, angry person that was just spewing negativity and all this shit. And I'm like, no, that's you, that's y'all. Y'all the ones that's been calling everybody stupid and idiots and dummies for voting for Trump and this and that. I'm not name calling. I'm talking about the issues. I'm talking about the policies. I'm talking about, the facts. There's, I'm what I do is I debunk the bullshit that they be trying to push. So when they're saying, oh, Trump is racist, I just counter that shit with things that show that he's not a racist. I show him with Mike Tyson. I show him with Lil Wayne. I show him helping out Jennifer Hudson when she lost her family members. I show him helping Jesse Jackson, funding his campaign. I show him dating black women back in the day. Like, I show him giving money to HBCUs, and they just they can't handle that shit. So the only thing they can do is just call you a name once again. Only thing they could do, they can't argue you with counter facts. When you disprove their shit, they can't argue it. So the last resort is to just call you a name. So just like Tom is saying, what the fuck is that gonna do? You call me a name. What the fuck does that change? How does that affect me? Yeah, I was telling somebody the other day, I was like, man, you call me what you want, but does my bank account change because you called me that? And who gives a fuck what name you call me? Who gives a fuck what you think of me? You know what I'm saying? The other post that I posted, I was like, you can call me. The reason I don't care about what people think of me is because the results of my life speak for me. The results and success of my life and my family, my wife, my kids, the success of all of that in its totality speaks for me. You know what I'm saying? So you could call, like, if you call me an idiot, well, my life says that I'm not an idiot because all the success that I've had shows that I'm pretty damn smart. You know what I'm saying? All the success in my life shows you that I'm a pretty good decision maker, that I'm pretty disciplined, that I'm pretty hardworking. My kids' success show you that I'm a pretty damn good father. You know, me being married 21 years as of next week tells you that I'm a pretty good husband, which takes pretty good decision making and a lot of fucking discipline, right? So you can say what you want to say about me, but my resume says something different. You know, the outcomes of who I am as the leader of my family, the outcomes show that I'm a pretty good decision maker. I'm a pretty good leader. I'm pretty smart, you know. So you calling me something other than that just means nothing, because where's the fact in it? Where's the proof that I'm an idiot? Show me the proof in my life that tells you that I make stupid decisions or that I'm delusional about this and that. Like, where's the proof of it? So if there's no proof of what you're calling, then what the fuck does it mean? It has no power. It has nothing. It has no bearing on anything. It's just a name. It's like I could call you a fucking a tree humper. Right? Oh, you fucking tree humper. You'd be like, what? Where did that come from? Like, what the fuck? I don't even know what to do with that. A tree humper. Like, where'd that come from? There's no bearing to it whatsoever. Like, you think I hump trees? For real? Like, you know what I'm saying? And then you look stupid for calling somebody else a dumb, stupid name. It's like, where'd you pull that out of your ass? Yeah, man. It's wild. It's really wild. Go ahead, call us names, dog. Do your thing. We ain't tripping because we heard it all before. Give a damn about the names, dog. We feel no pain. Man, your words ain't gonna hurt us anymore. Go ahead and call us names, dog. Do your thing. Y'all are tripping, but I hope you find the Lord. Now, I could get into a whole other thing with that right there. Find the Lord, right? I'm gonna say that for another video. I ain't even gonna get into that. Y'all know what I'm talking about. All I would say is it sounds like what he's trying to throw in there is that a lot of the shit that people be believing in, or all this shit that's going on right now, and I just said this to my cousin earlier. We were talking about this very thing. He was like, yo, all these motherfuckers look like demons. He said, this shit is demonic, right? And he ain't even the most religious dude, me either. But we're both starting to look at this shit like some good versus evil shit. I mean, we've been looking at it like that for a long time, right? But this shit makes you want to go to church, man. Some of this shit really makes you want to go to church when you see the way that they're pushing abortions and I just was telling my wife about this thing about this Cardi B shit, like how she cheated on her husband. Well, first her husband cheated on her. Just to give you a backstory real quick, her husband cheated on her, which wasn't right. But the way to get revenge on him was she went and cheated on him while she was pregnant. And and I told my wife that. My wife was like, ugh. And the thing is a lot of women were co-signing what she did. Excuse me. A lot of women were co-signing what she did. Like, yeah, that was a great way to get back. Get your revenge, boo, you know? And I'm like, yo, she was pregnant, though. Like, okay, neither one of them are in the right at all. They both had sex out of wedlock on each other. But it just seems to me like from my old core values and traditional beliefs that a woman who had a baby in her was just so sacred. You know what I'm saying? It was just such a sacred thing. Like, you didn't violate your body in that way. You respected that life that's in your stomach. So to me, it just looked different than what he did. Yeah, what he did wasn't right, but he was a piece of shit. You knew he was a piece of shit before you married him. You knew he was a cheater before you married him. So that's on you. But you're supposed to, you know, I see a lot of this shit in the black community where women are now being extra spiteful. They're like, oh, you did this to me? Well, I'm going to go even lower and I'm going to hurt you where it really hurts. I'm you know, let somebody have sex, man, while your baby is in there. Yo, that shit just seems disgusting to me. But however you feel about it, it was a nasty scandal. This shit was only like, what, a month or two ago? It was a nasty scandal. It was in the public. And then this is the woman that Kamala decides to have at her rally as like the keynote speaker. The woman who you cannot make this shit up. And then you look at all the other people, like she got all the Diddy people showing up at her rally speaking for her. J-Lo, Usher, I don't know about Beyonce. They say she's in there. I got to see proof of that shit. I got to see proof of all that shit. But we know J-Lo and Usher were like in living with that dude. J-Lo was sleeping with that dude. You know, then you see Bill Gates, Bill Gates' wife left him because of she didn't like his relationship with Epstein even after the pedo shit came out. So she left. And all these people endorsed Kamala. Man, don't get me started on this shit, man. Let's get back to the music.
They gon' try to call you names, label you with things till you're ashamed. Repeat it till you really start believing what they say. They gon' stamp it on your forehead and scream it till you break. They love to say they woke, they not awake. They're just names, afraid of anyone who ain't the same. So they classify your thoughts as controversial, not okay. Then they cancel you till everything you have all gets erased. They trying to tell the world you bad, they're just names. Call me conservative or liberal, Republican or Democrat. I'm somewhere in the middle, but y'all don't know what to do with that. The system got you so obsessed with classifying right or left. You never call a person human, call them names instead. Call me sexist. Men run the world cause they're aggressive, but behind every man there's a woman just as successful. We will never be equal in every way, that ain't helpful. Our differences are why we're great together. Call me white devil, I know you think the system favors me. My privilege is residual benefits from the slavery. Subconscious prejudice embedded in the system made for me. Don't mean I never struggled to survive, I guess we ain't agree. Ignorant and jaded, call me dumb, uneducated. Call me idiot or redneck or delusional or crazy. Call me anything society has taught you to say. Cause at the end of the day, they're just names.
Go ahead and call us names, dog. Do your thing.
Yo. That was heavy. That was heavy. Let's go through this real quick. They're gonna try to call you names, label you with things till you're ashamed, repeat it till you really start believing what they say. They're gonna stamp it on your forehead and scream it till you break. They love to say they're woke, they're not awake. They're just names, afraid of anyone who ain't the same. Yeah, that's so true right there. So they classify your thoughts as controversial, not okay. Then they cancel you till everything you have all gets erased. They trying to tell the world you're bad, they're just names. Call me conservative or liberal, Republican or Democrat. I'm somewhere in the middle, but y'all don't know what to do with that. Yep, I'm independent too. They don't know what to do with me. They don't know what to do with me. Let me tell you what I just did real quick. I'm an independent, right? And you know, they always want to assume that I'm a Trump lover, right? But I actually voted for an independent candidate, right? You know, the thing about it is I live in Maryland. Kamala's going to win this state either way, right? Trump has no chance here. Nobody has a chance here. DC and Maryland are blue all day, all long. It just is what it is, right? So what I wanted to do was I wanted to show some love to an independent candidate and also to let Kamala and the Democratic Party know that you couldn't just get my vote. Like, I was not going to give them my vote regardless. It was either going to be for the independent Cornel West, or it could be Jill Stein, or I forget the other Chuck. I forget the other guy, but or Trump, right? But either way, I was not giving my vote to Democrats because I wanted them to feel it. I wanted them to see that, yeah, y'all lost my vote. Y'all lost my vote. Long, you know, how many years ago, right? But I just wanted to let them know, yeah, I took the power of my vote away from y'all because y'all were playing with me, with y'all's policies, right? You can't have a shitty 4-year administration and expect to get rewarded for it. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, right? So yeah, I'm in the middle, and the people that try to argue with me, they be like, oh yeah, you for your boy Trump, you voted for your boy Trump. I'm like, nah, I voted independent. You know what I'm saying? You can't, you look stupid trying to assume things. Like, stop trying to assume things just because I'm not like you. You know, like he said, y'all don't know what to do with that. You know, what he say here? Yeah. Just name freedom. Classify your thoughts as controversial. Yeah. Yep. They don't know what to do with you. They can't put you in that box, you know, and they're so pissed off that you've left the Democratic plantation that they'll do anything to try to keep you there, especially call you names. Reminds you of slavery, don't it? Mental slavery. The The system got you obsessed with classifying right or left. You never call a person human, call them names instead. Call me sexist. Men run the world because they're aggressive. But behind every man, there's a woman just as successful. Yes, that is so true right there. Me and my wife were having this conversation the other day, and she didn't understand the concept of being of when they call people submissive women. We be watching 90 Day Fiance and shit, right? We way behind on some of the seasons. We watching the latest one. And there was this Muslim woman on there with this guy, and they were talking about submissive women. She was like, "Yo, what does that mean? Like, I don't like that word, submissive women. What is up with that?" And so I was breaking it down for her, like, especially from like a Muslim culture. There's different levels of it, right? Muslim women are like the most submissive women, especially the traditional ones, the Middle East, the ones they got to cover their heads and things like that. And she was like, am I a submissive woman?" And I said, "You are submissive to a degree, but not submissive. Like, it doesn't mean you bow down to me." I said, "You are the level of woman that where you don't try to overpower me. You don't try to talk for me or disregard my leadership or my opinions, right? You respect me as a man. You let me lead, and you respect the way I lead. You respect my word, and me being the protector, and me being. She knows I'm aggressive. She knows I'm the one. I'm the protector. She knows I'm the one that's gonna go out here and hunt, right? But the wonderful thing about it is, I tell my wife all the time, she's stronger than me. I tell her that. I'm like, "Yo, you're way stronger than me. Not physically, but when you look at women, when they pop them babies out, it's like, shit, you probably are stronger than me physically, at least down there, because I know damn well I wouldn't be able to push no baby. I mean, I probably could if the tables were turned. I'm sure we could do it too, but the fact that they do it and we don't, you just gotta tip your cap to them. You gotta say, "Yo, y'all are strong as fuck to be able to do that shit," right? We don't have to go through menstrual cycles like cramps and all that shit. Like, I respect that shit a whole hell of a lot. The strength of that. The fact that they have to go through all those bodily things and still go out here and work, we don't have to deal with that. We just get the fuck up and go. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we have our own things that we have to be strong about. We're strong in different areas. I know my wife's weaknesses. She knows my strengths. When she's down, I'm up. Like, it's so crazy. I swear to you, I don't think we've ever had a time in 21 years where we've both been down. Where we've both been down at the same time. Whenever I was down, she was up. Whether it was emotionally, financially, whatever. When she was down, I was up. It's so wild. After 21 years, we've never both been down. We've both been up, but we've never both been down. And, she knows that my success is due to her, and she knows her success is due to me. We both have such a mutual respect for what we've brought to the table for each other, because we've been 50-50 from day one. Our very first date, I put up $10, she put up $10, and we made that $20 stretch, and we had a picnic, and it's crazy how much shit we got done with that $20, but that shit was real, and that was the foundation of our relationship right there. We was like, yo, if we can, come together $20 and have a great date, first date, and a picnic, or with $20, oh, we can do amazing things together. And for 21 years, we've been on the same page. It hasn't been perfect, but yeah, we for the most part we work together. She knows that she's the backbone. I'm the king. We were talking about this too. I said the funny thing about it is I'm the king, right? Yeah, I'm the big bad king, right? I'm like, but the queen is the one with the real power, because the queen whispers that wisdom and that that information, or my wife we'll be sitting there having a conversation, and I might be riled up about this and that, and be like, nah, fuck that, I'm gonna do it like this, I'm gonna do it like that. And she'll be like, well, blah 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 blah. She'll just throw that little nugget in there, and I'll be like, man, fuck that. We this, I ain't feeling it, this and that, right? And then I go get in the vehicle and drive away, and as I'm riding down the street, I hear what she said. Like, that whatever she said is whispering in my ear. And I'm like, damn, she right. I'm like, yeah, she's right. She's right. It's like once I calm down, she had that wisdom that put in there. Not saying all the time, because I've done it to her too, but most time that's what the women can do. And I told her, always say this all the time, but I actually told her for the first time. I said that's why it's so important to have the right queen by your side, because if you have a good queen who has a good heart and good intentions, they know that some of them don't know, and I even told wife, I'm like, yeah, even though y'all are the queens, we're the kings, right? We still work for y'all because we hold y'all in high regard. We put y'all on a pedestal. So everything we do is for y'all. You know what I'm saying? When y'all ask for something, we're going to do whatever it takes to try to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting a lot of money right now into something for my wife overseas. We're building a house overseas. It's our second house over there, with the other house is for her brother-in-law. But this is our retirement home. And it looks like, when they say it's our retirement home, but really that's my wife's joint. That's what she want, right? Yeah, I want it too, but she wanted it now. So I'm putting everything I got into making that shit happen. And we are on the last phase of building that house. We're about to make the last payment to finish building that house next in a couple of weeks, this month actually, right? And it should be finished by March, and we'll go see it in June. So it's not super expensive. Houses in the Philippines, you get them $40,000-$50,000, but when you're making payments on that shit, and you dropping 5 here, 5 there, 10 here, like, yeah, that shit ain't no punk, right? I could have been doing a whole lot of other things with that money, but I'm here to give my wife what she wants. Now, when we come back from that trip, she already let me know that everything is gonna be all me, because she understands my sacrifice. But yeah, she's the success. She's just as successful as me. She's just as strong. She means just as much. So that's what that whole thing is about. It says we will never be equal in every way. That ain't helpful. Our differences are why we're great together. Yeah, see, that's the sum of me and wifey right there. Like, Tom, yeah, I just said this the other day. I told wife, I said, everybody's not equal. Everybody's out here trying to be equal. We're not equal. we do different things, we, better than others. Like, this whole equal shit is wild to me. Everybody can't be equal. Everybody doesn't bring in, like, the WNBA is not equal to the NBA. It's just not. Like, it doesn't bring in the same revenue. It just is what it is. Maybe when females start dunking on each other and stuff, maybe it will get to that point, but it's not equal. So you're not going to get the same salaries as NBA players. It just is what it is. You got to accept that. And just try to do the best with what you got, right? My two girls are not equal. One is better at household things and cooking and makeup and nails, cosmetology type thing. The other one, she's the brainiac. She's the athletic one. They are total opposites, right? But they are loved the same way, and we respect it the same way, and they both love each other like they're totally equal. And they're not equal in all things, but they're still equal in their own ways. So that's what he means by that. So that's pretty cool. Call me white devil. I know you think the system favors me. My privilege is residual, benefits from the slavery, subconscious prejudice embedded in the system made for me. Don't mean I never struggled to survive. I guess we ain't agree. Ignorant and jaded, call me dumb, uneducated, call me idiot or redneck or delusional or crazy, call me anything society has taught you to say, because at the end of the day, they're just names. Yeah, man, he's killing it.
Tripping cause we heard it all before. Give a damn about the names, dog. We feel no pain. Your words ain't gonna hurt us anymore. Go ahead and call us names, dog. Do your thing. Y'all are tripping, but I hope you find the Lord. Give a damn about the names, dog. We feel no shame. Call us anything you want, I'm getting bored.
Your sticks and your stones might break my bones, but your words don't hurt.
So give me your worst.
Stupid loser, ugly poser, moron, liar, crazy loner.
Go ahead and call us names, dog. Do your thing.
We ain't tripping cause we heard it all before.
Give a damn about the names, dog. We feel no pain.
Your words ain't gonna hurt us anymore.
Go ahead and call us names, dog. Do your thing.
Y'all are tripping, but I hope you find the Lord.
Give a damn about the names, dog. We feel no shame.
Call us anything you want, I'm getting bored.
Yo, that chorus grew on me. Yeah, that chorus definitely grew on me. Yeah, that's a hell of a song right there. It's so pertinent to what's going on right now. Like it's yo, I swear I said it on another video. It's so crazy, this Tom MacDonald journey I'm going through. It just feels special. It just feels like the right thing to be doing. You ever like be doing something and it feel like it's fate? You know what I'm saying? That's how this thing feels. It's like, how did I even get here? This whole thing started with the "You Missed" song, right? Oh man. And now, it's how many months later, and I'm going down this Tom MacDonald rabbit hole, and I'm coming up, not quite 1,000 subscribers yet, but the fact that I'm not sitting on 100 anymore is progress. And I didn't care. I was looking at 100 subscribers like, yo, 100 people watching me. That's crazy. I'm cool with that. But 700, it's like, damn, I never fathomed that. Because I didn't start this thing for subscribers, right? But 700 it freaks me out a little bit. but I'm getting used to it now. And I'm pushing for 1,000, not to try to get revenue, or I'm pretty sure I'll never get monetized on this channel because of all the copyright strikes and everything like that. And I'm cool with that. You know, this is, like I said, this ain't about money for me. This is about this channel is about discovering new music and just connecting with people, you know, and getting out of my musical bubble. But it's also showing me a lot of things, other things within humanity that are possible. Like I said, we're breaking down racial barriers with this shit. And the fact that we're having these conversations about Tom MacDonald, about the content of these songs, and we're going through the political things that we're going through right now is so wild. Like, for me this song to be 2 years old, and for me to just for Malia to suggest this song to me right now. Maybe she suggested this song because of the name calling shit that's going on right now, but you know, who knows? But maybe she didn't. Either way, you know, I didn't have. She's giving me a list of a whole bunch of other songs that I haven't done yet. But for some reason, when she referred this song, I had no idea when it just said names. Like, I didn't assume that he was going to be talking about what he's talking about. I didn't put two and two together with that. Until I heard the little clip, and I was like, oh shit. Damn, I'm like, damn, this is exactly what's going on right now. So Malia, you know, let me know if that's the reason why you suggested this song, because of the name calling shit going on in politics right now. Either way, shout out to you, because this is exactly the song that I wanted to do right now, 2 days before the election. Like, we at the pinnacle of name calling right now. So this was so perfect to do this song right now. I'm saying 2 days before the election. So yeah, by the time y'all see this, it'll probably be, the election will be tomorrow by the time you see this. So I'm gonna try to get this thing chopped up and sent to y'all immediately before the election. But there's another song that I want to do called Freedom of Speech by Tom MacDonald. I think I'm going to do that one right now. So, yeah, we're going to go over and get that one done too, and try to do those back to back for y'all before this election comes out, because I think it's two very important topics that freedom of speech is definitely something we need to talk about. So yeah, until next time, I'll holler at y'all. Be safe out there. Go vote. And we're going to come back with some more real soon. I'll holler at y'all. 100.